Hi, good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe from the flu and viruses going around. I am recording this video lesson because, as you know, we're running out of time. Medyo late kayo, no, compared to other section. I'm not sure if we'll still have enough time to discuss everything once we return to school, especially since the exam is fast approaching. I actually wanted to have an online class, but I understand that not everyone has access to the internet or the resources to join, di ba? Hindi naman lahat may laptop or my cell phone. That's why I decided to record this lesson instead so you can watch it anytime, as many times as you need, and use it as a reviewer for your exam. So, are you guys ready to listen? Yes, if you are, what should you do? Okay, I want you to sit comfortably and get your notebook, jot down important information from the presentation. So, class, we're done with music and health, and now we'll proceed to arts. Our topic for today is all about technology-based production arts. But before that, let us have a quick review of the elements of art because these are very important. They serve as a guide for artists in creating their works, whether it's traditional or digital. In this activity, you will act as art detectives and identify the elements of art present in each painting. Are you guys ready? Ready. All right. Sige. Now, let's have the first one. I want you to look at the painting and dyan sa bahay ninyo, I want you to think, what do you think is the correct element or the answer? If the artist used zigzag strokes to show movement and energy in the waves of the ocean, what do you think is the element of art that is present in this situation? Okay, if your answer is line, then you are correct. So the artist here used zigzag strokes, diba, to show movement and energy. That's why the answer is line, because lines can express emotions and can create movement in artworks. Next number two. If in your painting, you draw a perfect circle and triangle to represent the sun and mountains. Okay, ano kayang element of art ang ginamit? If your answer is shape, then you are correct. You use a circle for the sun and a triangle for the mountain. So the answer is shape because when we say shapes, these are flat and enclosed areas that represent objects in a drawing. Next one. A painting of a sunset shows a gradient from dark orange to pale yellow to make the scene realistic. What do you think is the correct element? If your answer is color, then you are correct. The painting shows gradient from dark orange to pale yellow. So the answer is color because colors make artworks look lively and can show the mood or the time of the day. Next one is this one. The art teacher asks you to rub your fingers on the drawing, and it feels rough in some areas and smooth in the others. What do you think is the element of art here? Okay, so when you rub your fingers on the drawing and it feels rough and smooth, ang answer po natin dyan ay texture, okay? Because it describes how an artwork feels or looks like it feels to the touch, okay? So we have texture. Next one. An artist placed the main subject in the middle and left the background empty to draw attention to the focal point. Okay, ano kayang element of art ang ginamit dito? Okay, so let's have the answer. The correct answer is space. So the artist placed the subject in the middle and left the background empty. Diba? That is your keyword. So the answer is space because it shows the distance or area around, between, and within objects. Next one. How about this one? What do you think is the answer just by looking at the horse? So you can see it's three-dimensional. So in a sculpture exhibit, you see a three-dimensional figure of a horse that you can walk around and view from all sides. So what do you think is the element of art used here? Okay, so the answer is form, diba? Because you saw a three-dimensional sculpture of a horse. The answer is form because form shows height, it shows height, the width, and of course the depth. So it's 3D, unlike shapes that are flat. Okay? And I think this is the last one. We have a charcoal drawing of a face. Shows dark shadows under the eyes and light highlights on the forehead. Ano kaya ang element of art na ginamit? What do you think is the answer? The correct answer is value. Okay? So in the charcoal drawing, there are dark and then there are light areas on the face. So the answer is value because it's about the lightness and the darkness of colors, which helps create depth and of course contrast. So these elements of arts class are indispensable factors that also affect the technology-based arts, no? Hindi lang po in traditional arts or painting. So same as the traditional artists, the digital artists are also guided by this element. So much for that because I know na alam nyo na yan dahil palagi natin yung dinidiscuss, diba? Every quarter natin tong dinidiscuss. So this is just a sort of review. But let us proceed to our main topic. Let's just skip this part. Our main topic is all about technology-based production arts. Okay. Kapag kayo ay nakakita ng paintbrush, ng mga pintura, ng canvas at nagpe-paint, what comes into your mind? Probably, ang iisip natin ay traditional painting, tama? Okay, so this one is traditional painting. Kapag naman kayo ay nakakita ng computers o kaya nagpipaint using tablet and stylus or editing using Canva and other software, ano kayang tawag natin doon? Is that digital art? Okay, that is correct. Or technology-based art, no? So, traditional artists, they use the palettes, brushes, ano pa, paints on paper, canvas, or walls to create their artworks. But today's artists, they use technology through digital tools and software to produce their masterpieces. And this is what we call digital art. No, so a digital art is a technology-based art form made using devices like computers, your smartphones, 'di ba? Mga tablets ninyo, and it has now become a popular and respected form of artistic expressions. Um, Digital art also, it simply means any artwork made using a computer again, tablet. It is art that exists in the digital world, not drawn. It is not drawn on paper or painted on canvas. But again, it is created through software like Photoshop, Illustrator, or 3D modeling apps. So last time class, I gave you an assignment to look for different digital art styles. Is that correct? Correct. So we were supposed to have an assessment today about that. So this is a 15-item assessment to just check if you really did your assignment. However, since we didn't get to meet today, let's just skip the part for now and go straight to our discussion of each style. No, but later after watching this video presentation, I want you to click the Canva link that I will be providing and answer the questions there. Okay, that has something to do with our lesson today. Okay, so we have plenty of technology-based production arts or digital art styles, no? But today I will be discussing just 15, and I'm pretty sure you guys are very familiar with this since you guys are Gen Z and you are very adept, no, when it comes to technology. So the first one, an art form that imitates traditional painting techniques using digital tools such as tablet and stylus. What is your answer based on your research? If your answer is digital painting, then you are correct. So, digital painting class is one of the most popular digital art forms today. Instead of using real brushes and paint, artists use stylus pens and drawing tablets to paint on their screen. So, it's just like traditional painting, but easier. Bakit easier? Because you can just use your tablet. You can use a lot of colors, you have control over it, and you can experiment with it, no? So you can undo your mistakes, you can again mix endless colors and even add textures instantly. So apps like Procreate, we have Photoshop, Krita, and other apps, no? Yun yung mga commonly ginagamit natin. So you may check this out if you want to try it. Next, number two. This digital art is made up of lines and shapes defined by mathematical equations, allowing it to scale without losing quality. What do you think is the answer based on your research? If your answer is vector art, then you are correct. Okay, so when you say vector art, this is usually very clean, very smooth, and very sharp. I will give you an example. Okay, just like this one. It's perfect for creating logos, mga posters, and cartoons because instead of being made up of pixels, vector arts uses lines, there uses lines and shapes so you can zoom in. Kaya nga sinabi nating scalable. Ibig sabihin, you can zoom in 1,000 times as much as you want without the image becoming blurry or without losing its quality. So there are a lot of applications also where you can do the vector art. We have the Adobe Illustrator, Corel Draw. Okay, so pag nakakita kayo ng gantong painting na colorful na made of line and shapes, no? That's what we call vector art. I have mentioned about pixel art. Sabi dito, it's not made up of pixel. When you say pixel, what is that? Okay, so when you say pixel, that is the smallest square, ito yung mga square or dot, no, na colorful, that makes up a digital image. It's like the tiny building blocks of color that form a full picture on your screen. Okay, so kapag yung colors na to ay pinagsama-sama mo, thousands and millions of colors, no, you can create an image, and that's what we call pixel. Okay, now let's proceed to the next one. Capturing images. Oh, by that, I'm pretty sure you know the answer already. When we capture images, that's what we call digital photography, no? Or taking photos with your phone or camera. That's also a form of art. Kapag pala ikaw ay nag-selfie or you take pictures, no, of your surroundings, landscapes, ganyan. That's an art pala. So, kasama din po ang digital photography. So after, of course, taking the picture, digital photographers, they use editing app, okay, like Lightroom, mga Snapseed, to enhance the lighting. Pwede din they can adjust the colors or create artistic effects. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with this dahil mahilig tayo mag-selfie, mahilig tayo mag-picture, at bago tayo mag-upload sa social media, sa Facebook, di ba, ine-edit muna natin. So it's just the same, okay? So for your performance test, I want you to bring your selfie. Okay, so later I will discuss that. So through photography, of course, the artist can tell stories. They can express their emotions or capture moments in very creative ways. Aside from digital photography, oh, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this one. It's very nostalgic because it brings back the charm of old video games if you're familiar with Super Mario. So ito ay isang style made by arranging tiny square of colors often used in retro video games. Nabanggit ko na kanina, kapag ito ay mga small squares of color, anong tawag? Ang tawag dito ay pixel or pixel art. Okay? So, if you love classic games, again, like Super Mario or yung mga Minecraft, yung Minecraft pala, you've already seen pixel art. So, the artists, they create images one pixel at a time, forming characters and scenes that look simple but of course very nostalgic like this. No? It may look old school kasi luma na to eh. Parang hindi na to uso ngayon. But pixel art takes patience and creativity to make kasi nga pinagsasama-sama nila yung mga squares of colors to create this subjects or artworks. Okay? So that's pixel art. Okay, next one. Oh, what do you think is this? It is generated from mathematical formulas. This art produces complex, repeating, and colorful patterns. What do you think is that? You know, this one's really cool. Oo, parang very cool ito sa aking paningin. So, ang tawag natin dito ay fractal art. Okay? So, fractal art class is made using math. The artists in here, the artists, they enter numbers or formula into a computer program and it automatically creates colorful and endless patterns that look like spirals or galaxies or waves, no? So, itong fractal class, it also appears in nature, kalagay ng mga snowflakes, ng leaves, no? Mga seashells, it's also known as fractal. Traditionally, you can create fractal. Halimbawa, pinagawa ka ng math teacher mo ng fractal, you can just use this triangle, this shape, and then do it or repeat the pattern all over again, no? So in here sa fractal, you are just creating a pattern, infinite patterns, no? So this displays similarity because you can see similar objects in various angle. Kagaya nito, ano ito? O meron ditong pusa. You can make it traditionally just like that. You just copy the object or the subject and then paste it. Okay, kagaya nito. Now you can create a fractal. Tingnan natin dito. Mas marami pang patterns. Okay, just like that. So that's what we call fractal art. Complex, infinite patterns, no? That you can see over and over again. Fractal art. Next one, let's proceed to the next. Ay, alam na alam nyo to. Alam to ng mga nanay nyo na mahilig magsama-sama ng mga picture nyo magkakapatid. Tapos i-upload sa Facebook. Tapos may song na Thank You Lord, di ba? So, ang tawag natin doon kapag pinagsama-sama natin yung mga pictures in one composition ay, ano po kayong tawag? Ang tawag natin ay collage, no? Digital collage. So, just like making a scrapbook or cutting out pictures from magazines, but this time, of course, it's digitally. So the artists, they mix different photos or different textures and text to form a single artwork. So you can make fun collages using apps like PixArt or sa Canva or kahit sa cellphone nyo, di ba? Ang dami ng template, no? Ang tawag natin dito ay collage. Again, combining multiple digital images into one composition. Next one. Oh, this one is fascinating too. Ito ay usong-uso na ngayon, no? I'm pretty sure you are familiar with this one. It involves creating lifelike models and objects using digital sculpting and rendering software. Ano kaya ang tawag dito? Ang tawag dito ay, ang sagot nyo, 3D artwork. Very good. So, 3D artwork makes images look real and solid, no? So, ito ay madalas ginagamit sa mga product design. Kapag 3D artwork class, it's not moving, it's still. Okay? Hindi po ito gumagalaw. It's just an artwork. Kaganito, product design, no? So, kapag ito ay gumalaw na, ang tawag natin dito ay animation. Okay? So, again, it gives realism and depth. It looks real and solid, like you could actually touch them. So, the artists, they use computer programs to build 3D models. They also add lighting, shadows, and textures para mas mukhang totoo. And ito ginagamit nila to for usually for product designs, mga ganyan, no? 3D artwork. Next one, kapag naman ang artwork ay flat, no? Walang depth, parang hindi siya totoo. Okay? Ang tawag natin dun ay 2D animation. Okay? So 2D animation class is the art of making flat drawings move. No? Flat drawing siya, pero it's moving. It's what you see in cartoons, like yung Adventure Time, if you know Adventure Time, or yung SpongeBob. O, kilala niyo ba si SpongeBob? Di ba ganun lang siya? Parang square pants lang talaga. So, ang tawag natin doon ay 2D animation, no? So, the artists, they draw frame by frame for or use animation software to make characters talk, run, or dance. So, ginagamit yun usually sa mga cartoons. So, look at this. It's just flat. No? Pero pag pinagalaw nila yan, no? Yan ay nagiging animation or 2D animation or ginagamit rin sa explainer videos. Look at Elsa's face, no? Kapag 2D and 3D. So you can see the difference between the two. Syempre, kung may 2D animation, meron din tayong 3D animation. Ito naman, the characters and environments are modeled and animated in three dimensions for movies and games. So, kagaya po nito. Oh, kung kayo ay familiar dito, no? So, ang 3D animation, it creates realistic, look at this, it creates realistic characters and scenes with depth, just like in Pixar movies, mga Toy Story, yung Inside Out, kung napanood nyo, itong si Elsa, no? Ito, Frozen, no? So, the artists first make 3D models, and then they add digital bones through a process called rigging, no? Nilalagyan nila ng digital bones para yun yung kinokontrol to move and then animate them to move naturally. Ay, paano yun, Ma'am Donna? Um, yung CGI, are you familiar with CGI, computer generated imagery? Parang katulad din po siya ng 3D animation. Yeah, that is correct because all animations class are CGI, no? Ang 3D ay type or under CGI. But of course, not all CGIs are 3D animations, okay? Later, we'll talk about CGI. Next one. Oh, kilala nyo ba sila? Mga sangre. Oo. So, when the filmmakers and game developers do this to visualize characters, environments, or ideas before production, what do you think is the type of art they use? Kapag sila ay nagve-visualize, nagsisketch halimbawa ng costume ng mga sangre, before siya matahi, before the actual production, before the shooting, ano kaya ang tawag doon? Ang tawag natin doon ay concept art because they are trying to visualize, to conceptualize, no? So, it's like the blueprint of creativity. Before making a game, a movie, or animation, bago yan gawin lahat, yung mga artists, they draw characters muna, mga settings and scenes to plan how everything will look. It's the imagine and design stage of visual storytelling. So, before the production, no, ini-sketch muna nila ano kayang magandang costume, ano kayang magandang itsura ng scene, no, before the actual shoot or bago sila bago maipalabas, okay? So that is what we call concept art. I hope that's clear. Next one we have, it refers to computer generated imagery. So from there, you will know that the answer is CGI. Kapag sinabi natin CGI class, tandaan, computer generated imagery. Okay? So you've definitely seen CGI, no? In superhero or fantasy movies like this, sa Marvels. I think this is Avengers. No, ito, mga fantasy movies. Kagaya nito, ang pinipet niya sa head ay sa shooting ay tao, of course. Pero pag pinanood natin sa sinehan, siya ay nagiging wolf na or bear kung ano man yan. Okay? Ito ay ginagamit din natin para sa mga 3D ads like this, no? So, lahat feeling ko nakakita na kayo ng CGI dahil mahilig tayong manood ng mga films, no? Like dragons, mga explosions, or mga scenes sa outer space. So CGI means any image that is created with the help of computers, whether realistic or animated. It makes the impossible look possible. O kagaya nito. Ito, wari ko ay Marvel's movie din, no? So, hindi naman yan totoo. Wala namang totoong environment na ganyan at hindi naman talaga sila nalalaglag from the building, no? So, ang ginagamit lang nila dyan ay green screen. Diba? Green screen. O, kagaya yan. Green screen lang, no? But to make it look realistic, no? Parang magmukha siyang totoo. They are infusing computer-generated imagery, no? To serve as the background or the environment from that certain scene. Pero sa totoong buhay, of course, just green screen kasi hindi naman natin yan kayang gawin in real life, no? So that's CGI. Ulitin ko, ang 3D po ay kagaya rin ng CGI, na ba? Nakikita nyo? So, kasi under siya ng CGI. Pero, not all CGIs are 3D animation. Next one. Oh, very familiar kayo dito. Sino mahilig manood ng mga animes? Oo, sa umaga. Dati mahilig ako dyan manood no, ng mga animes. So, it's not just about the style, no? But it's about culture. So, ang anime art, it's part of the Japanese culture. It is known for, mga expressive eyes. Look at that. Mga expressive eyes, mga unique hairstyles, and emotional storytelling. So, digital anime artists, they use programs like mga Clip Studio, kung alam niyo yun, to design their characters, no? Para magmukha siyang Japanese-inspired anime. Next one is, we are down to the 13th one. Okay, created within a virtual space using headsets and motion controllers, allowing artists to draw in 3D environments. So ano po ito? Virtual space. Ibig sabihin, we're talking about virtual reality. Or ito ang tinatawag nating VR art, no? Ang VR art, imagine you guys are painting inside a 3D world. No, ganun po ang VR art. So with a VR headset, kung paano ba siya nangyayari? Mayroong VR headset, no? May nilalagay ang artist na headset, and then it has the virtual space or the virtual environment, no? Or the 3D environment where artists can walk around their artwork. They can paint in the air using their controller, no? Or sculpt in the air using their controller, and they can walk around it and view it from any angle. So it's like stepping inside your imagination. So maraming app din silang ginagamit to create this kind of immersive art. Kung nakapunta na kayo din sa EK, Enchanted Kingdom, may room doon, no, na nanonood ka ng short film and then you will experience na parang nandun ka mismo sa film, na para bang malalaglag ka din, may nagwiwisik din ng water, no? So it feels real. So parang ganun ang virtual art, okay? Or VR or virtual reality. Okay, next one. I think we're down to second to the last. Okay. Ang mga digital comics class noon ay nababasa lang natin sa dyaryo at sa libro. But if it's done online, ano ang tawag natin doon? Sa mga digital comics, ang tawag natin doon ay web comics, no? So comics have gone digital too. Artists, they now publish their stories online through websites or apps. So kung alam niyo yung webtoon, marami po dyan. So readers, they can scroll through the panels on their phones, no? So it's very fun, very colorful, and of course, dahil online ito, it's easy to share. And yung mga artists, it's their way also of, para magkaroon ng income kasi binibenta nila doon, tapos kailangan mo mag-subscribe so you can read the the comics, no? So again, because it's digital, we call that web comics. And of course, the last one. Oh, alam na alam niyo to dahil dito kayo magaling gumawa ng prompts sa Gemini and ChatGPT. So, ang tawag natin dito because there's an artificial intelligence here, AI art. Okay? So, this is created using artificial intelligence. Okay? So, alam naman natin na ang AI is the newest trend, no? At when it comes to art, it's also the newest trend in the art world. So the artists, they use artificial intelligence, no, kagaya ng ginagamit nyo na Gemini or ChatGPT to generate images by simply typing a description or yung tinatawag nating prompt. So AI, they uses data and algorithms to create visuals that look like they were drawn by a human. So some people love it, but of course, others say that it challenges what real art means, no? But it's definitely, of course, changing the future of creativity. So we have here AI art. Okay, so I think that's it for our discussion on arts. Pakitandaan lang po yun. Sana nakapag-jot down kayo dahil yun lang naman ang kasama natin sa ating exam for the second quarter. But of course, class, I'm so sorry but I have to give you a performance test dahil kailangan natin ng isang peta kahit isa lang per component. Alam kong late na but I'm gonna give you an easier peta na you can do in one sitting lang. Kaya nyo to. So for your performance task, we'll be creating pop art. So, as much as I would love for you to make digital paintings or short animated films or other digital artworks, I understand that not everyone has access to tablets or computers. So, instead, we'll combine digital photography na lang and traditional art. Something that's easier and more accessible for everyone. So this activity is called Make Your Selfie Pop. So here's what you need to do. I want you to take a selfie and then I want you to print your selfie. I-print nyo yung selfie ninyo. And then kapag na-print nyo na, pwede kayong gumamit ng carbon or pwedeng lagyan nyo ng ilaw or basta sa maliwanag sa may bintana ninyo i-trace ninyo yung photo ninyo doon sa template that I'll be sending to our GC or you may use a piece of bond paper kung wala kayong pamprint noong template. So, here's an example class. So, ito, ang aking mukha. But before that, once you trace it pala, I want you to make your selfie pop by coloring your chased na face or selfie by coloring it with bright, unusual, or unlikely colors for different parts of your face, kagaya nito. So this is my selfie that I turned into a digital pop art. So ito ay digital of course, dahil hindi ako gumawa ng traditional. So for your version, you'll need to do it traditionally. Okay, traditional, ibig sabihin, you have to do it by drawing. By tracing, iti-trace nyo muna, babakatin nyo, and coloring it using highlighters, no? Markers, or any coloring materials that you have at home. So, the brighter, the louder, or the more the unusual the colors, the better. So, dapat ganito siya, no? So, submission will be once we return to school. So, medyo mahaba pa naman since meron tayong 5 araw na walang pasok and I don't know kung kailan tayo makakabalik. So, I think that's all for now. I hope you guys learned from our discussion today. Please don't hesitate to message me if you have any questions with regard to our discussion. So, that would be all. Have a great day, everyone. And of course, stay safe.